But my favorite was when you took us up to find sage-grouse. Yeah, that was a good one. So me and him hunted all morning. We had covered 7 miles. Nothing. Not a point, not a flush of any type of bird whatsoever. So walked up there, and he keyed up. You could tell a very obvious change in behavior. He got excited, but he was kind of staying local to that area at first. And I looked down at my feet, I was near him, and I saw feathers. And he slowed down a little bit, and then he came to a full stop, and he's at the peak. And just for a split second, he had that perfect point.
Now, I want everybody's favorite experience so far in the field, and then I want everybody's least favorite experience in the field. And I haven't thought about it. I literally just asked that, so I'm going to be sitting here right now trying to think of mine as well. But
we'll start with you then.
That's easy, actually. So my least favorite, we'll start with that, was probably yesterday, actually. I had my dog put away for a couple of days, helping a friend get his newer dog in the game, getting some drive, showing him what we're doing here. And he was only going to be here for a few days. So I had my dog resting the whole time. Well, he got a little bit sick in the meantime as well. Well, finally get him out yesterday to go hunting. And he doesn't want to do it, really. He doesn't feel good. He isn't ranging at all. He's not picking up on odor. He's not really doing a whole lot. So we did end up getting into some birds, which is good and all, but it was disappointing to not have that experience together when you have the expectation for it, right? So we put him up, and you guys went hunting, and I kept the dogs out for the rest of the day, let them kind of relax, and gave him a bunch of water, and he did much better today. So he just needed a little bit of time. That was definitely my least favorite experience of this so far. But my favorite was when you took us up to find sage-grouse. Yeah, that was a good one. So me and him hunted all morning. We had covered 7 miles. Nothing. Not a point, not a flush of any type of bird whatsoever. I saw a really nice mule deer and found a pretty cool shed. So
not nothing.
This sounds like sage-grouse hunting from what I've heard.
Bird-wise, you know what I mean. That's what I'm in it for. So I think we're just going to walk another mile, just do a short little loop, then we're going to walk back to the truck. Well, we walked that mile out, or half mile, whatever it was, and we're making our loop back, and I look at this one last draw. I can see the truck. I mean, it's probably 3/4 of a mile away from us at this point, and it was real thick stuff, and I said, why not? So walked up there, and he keyed up. You could tell a very obvious change in behavior. He got excited, but he was kind of staying local to that area at first. And I looked down at my feet, I was near him, and I saw feathers that had been plucked. And I went, oh, that's interesting, because they were real clean, too. They weren't old or sun-worn or anything. And then he started doing his circles, expanding out this area, looking for the track. And I just stood right there, watched him, didn't say a word to him, let him do his thing. He knows what to do. He found that track, and it was obvious. He had his nose shoved to the ground, his butt in the air, and he started running up this hill. And I'm trying to, whoa him a little bit, slow him down, but I don't want to get hard on him because I want him, he's doing the right thing.
Right.
So I want to let him. And he gets to about the top of the hill, and he's probably 50 meters from me now at this point, and he slowed down a little bit, and then he came to a full stop, and he's at the peak. And just for a split second, he had that perfect point, and I watched about 8 sage-grouse pick up off the top of this hill and spread out everywhere. Now, while this happened, it was funny. I guess I've trained myself in ways from dove hunting and stuff. You see birds coming to you, you take a knee, and hopefully they don't see you, you hold still. Well, I did that because I knew that I couldn't hit one of them, especially with him right there, don't want to risk the dog. I was like, I don't know, maybe it'll work. I took a knee. One came right to me, and it was a single shot, knocked him down, and he went and grabbed him for me, and we had this
party.
It's this great little moment together. I think at that point we'd covered 8 miles looking for these birds. I was pretty much like, well, that was my chance. I'll come back some other time. We'll get it figured out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But 3/4 of a mile away from the truck, we had it all come together, and
I
that
think
was-
I think
it
I
was
heard you
awesome.
hooting and hollering from 8 miles away.
Yeah, you probably did.
Yep.
Yeah, learned our lesson the first day to not do that.
Oh, yeah.
Because birds just go everywhere.
Day 1, he shoots some birds actually just right over this hill, and he goes woo, and then and there they go. I was like, shh, be quiet, dude.
So that, not to talk longer, but that actually set my expectation for Montana too. Was we camped here on the drive out to the road to go where we were going to go. We started seeing birds everywhere on the ground. So we were like,
They're everywhere.
Yeah,
why
well,
leave?
We're not going to leave birds to find birds.
No. So
Yeah.
we dumped the dogs on the ground. I'm walking with him for 3 minutes, and he goes down into this little draw, perfect point, about 20 meters. Single bird kicks up, single shot, drop him. He grabs it, and I went, "This is Montana, huh? This is crazy."
And then you go on a 5-mile walk with nothing.
Yeah.
Nope.